Hey, Flock. Big news just dropped about our giant tight end, Mark Andrews. He's entering the final year of his contract, and he just made a bold statement that's got everyone watching the Ravens' future closely. Despite some tough mistakes in the playoffs, he's not thinking about leaving anytime soon. In fact, he wants to stay and finish his career right here in Baltimore, bouncing back after the best season of his life. But there's a twist. Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar are also nearing the end of their rookie deals, which means a battle for that tight end spot is heating up. Will Andrews hold on to his spot, or are changes coming? Stick around, because this story's got plenty of twists, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Here's an interesting one. Even though his contract's almost up, Mark Andrews isn't thinking about leaving Baltimore. He's openly said he dreams of finishing his career here as a Raven. It's like he's put down roots so deep, he just can't picture himself anywhere else. That says a lot about how much he values his jersey, and the fans who cheer him on every game. What's even cooler is how genuine this feels. Andrews could have easily given the typical, "I'm focused on football" answer to stay safe. But no, he was straight up. He wants to be a Raven until his very last snap. It's not about chasing a bigger paycheck somewhere else. He truly wants to keep defending the badge he's come to love. Of course, we know the NFL's a business. Contracts expire, salary caps squeeze teams, and tough calls have to be made. Still, hearing Andrews say he's got a lot left to do for the Ravens shows he's locked on the present, fully committed with heart and soul. That kind of fire is exactly what gets fans hyped. Speaking of fire, there's one thing he desperately wants to erase from his mind: those painful playoff mistakes that hurt both him and us. Look, everyone makes mistakes. But when those mistakes happen in the playoffs, with everything on the line, it cuts even deeper. That's exactly what happened to Andrews in the game against the Bills. He fumbled late in the fourth quarter, basically handing the ball over on a silver platter, and then he dropped what he called the worst catch of his career on a crucial two-point conversion that could have tied the game. Imagine how heavy that must have been on his mind. It wasn't just a one-off moment. Plays like that can haunt a player for weeks, sometimes months. Andrews himself admitted he had to eat a lot of crap after that, and anyone paying attention could see how much it weighed on him. He's a fierce competitor who hates to let his team down, especially in moments like those. But here's where you really respect a guy. Instead of running away, hiding, or making excuses, Andrews owned it. He admitted the mistakes, talked openly about them, and made it clear he's turning that pain into fuel. No shirking responsibility here. That kind of attitude turns a good player into a true leader in the locker room. And it's not just talk. After a slow start of the season, he shut down the critics and set a career high in touchdowns. Curious how he pulled that off? At the start of last season, it felt like Mark Andrews had vanished. His numbers were down. He wasn't involved as much in the game plan, and fans started wondering, has he already peaked? Then, almost out of nowhere, he flipped the switch, found his rhythm, regained his confidence, and turned into a nightmare for defenders, just like we're used to seeing. He scored 11 touchdowns, the most he's ever had in a season. And those weren't just empty stats. Many of those TDs came at critical moments when the offense desperately needed a big play to keep drives alive or put points on the board. That shows how he didn't shy away when the team needed him most. He stepped up and carried a big part of the load. That kind of comeback speaks volumes about his mindset. After the playoff disappointment, he could have played it safe, trying not to make mistakes. But he did the opposite. Went out there and proved he's still one of the NFL's most dominant tight ends, especially in the red zone. The guy has a nose for the end zone, and that doesn't just disappear overnight. But here's the thing. With Andrews, Likely, and Kolar all heading into their last contract year, the question now is, who's going to be the future face of the tight end position?
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
So here's the deal. It's not just Mark Andrews' contract that's about to expire. Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar, both heading into their fourth NFL year, are also gearing up to become free agents soon. That means the future of the Ravens tight end group is wide open, creating a pretty interesting and kind of tense situation for fans to watch. A lot of folks think Likely is the frontrunner for a contract extension. He's shown massive potential, is younger, and the Ravens really value the versatility he brings to the table. Kohler is also an intriguing target, but so far, he hasn't quite shined the same way. Because of that, it seems like Baltimore might just be waiting to see who truly breaks out in 2025 before making any big moves. Here's the irony. How these guys perform this season isn't just going to affect their paycheck or contract status. It's going to decide who carries the weight as the Ravens' #1 tight end moving forward. Meanwhile, Andrews is fighting hard to prove he's still the unquestioned leader of this group. So, it's not just his pride on the line. It's the entire future of the position in Baltimore. And if you wonder just how badly he wants to hold on to that spot, Andrews made a move this offseason that speaks way louder than any media interview ever could. While plenty of players use their time off to travel, hang with family, or train at fancy gyms around the country, Mark Andrews did the exact opposite. He stayed put in Baltimore, locked in and grinding hard, already gearing up for training camp that's just around the corner. It's the classic story. Want to silence the doubters? Then show up and put in the work. That says a lot about the kind of pro he is. He didn't get stuck dwelling on that costly drop or fumble. Instead, he rolled up his sleeves and decided the next chapter of his Ravens story would be written on the field, not just talked about. And we all know how much that matters in the locker room. Guys like that pull the whole team up with them. With training camp kicking off in less than 2 weeks, the hype is real to see how Andrews will start this new season. He looks hungry, with that fire in his eyes only someone with something to prove can have. If he can combine his talent, experience, and that motivation, you better believe the Ravens' offense is going to be one of the most dangerous in the league again. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Andrews can finally shake off those playoff ghosts and show he's still the man in Baltimore? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, stay tuned because this season is shaping up to be electric for the Ravens.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.